What we have on the menu today is cottage cheese. Make sure there's a hole. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I've been having a cottage cheese craving recently. I've just been eating cottage cheese and I saw so many new recipes you could make that I didn't even know you could make. So today we're going to be eating only cottage cheese recipes and meals for 24 hours and we'll see how that goes. What we have on the menu today, guys, is cottage cheese, but you can make breakfast tacos, brownie,
hello,
dessert is included, cottage cheese bagel, cottage cheese pizza. We're gonna make all of these today
or attempt to
and see if I like them or not. It's currently the morning right now, so we're gonna make a little breakfast taco wrap thing. Okay, so for this recipe, we need to mix cottage cheese and egg whites. I have the cottage cheese and the egg whites. It doesn't say the exact measurements. We're gonna eyeball it. I think that's enough. Cottage cheese is too clumpy, but they said the clumpy texture makes it better. Not sure. I think they're decent size. I'm gonna push some of the edges together to make it more into a circle. I think these need to go in for like a little bit more. Wraps are done.
Bruh.
While that's cooling down, I'm gonna go ahead and make the bagels. It says we need flour and then baking powder to mix it all together. I'm not a chef, so if I can do it, you can do it. I barely cook. I honestly think that people who say they can't cook can cook, because if you have a recipe in front of you and you have all the ingredients, you can make it. Even if it's not good, you can always try again the second time, but I think everyone can cook. We need baking powder. Apparently this helps it to rise. Okay, and then we need, obviously, the cottage cheese. We need to drain the excess liquid out. Go ahead and pour this in here. I had to put a little bit more flour in the dough since it was getting really sticky. Make sure you drain your cottage cheese well so it's not as sticky as it is now. I'm gonna add some basil on here. This is the final product. Cottage cheese, egg white. I had to switch to my phone really quickly because my camera died. Cottage cheese wrap is like really chewy in a way. And it also adds like flavor to the whole wrap. This is really good. I don't have like those bagel cutter things or dough cutter, so I'm just gonna use my hands and hopefully it turns out to be decently sized. They're a little bit sticky, so I'm a little nervous. I didn't really take much of the cottage cheese out. Now I'm gonna make these into little bagel shapes. I think I'm gonna get the flour out more, make these less sticky. I'm gonna brush them with some egg white or egg wash
or whatever you call it
for the seasoning to stick. And hopefully this is not too much of everything bagel seasoning. Oh, this smells amazing. I don't know if it was best to just pour them on or then dip them. They're gonna expand, so I'm gonna do 2 at a time and see. 280, 15 to 16 minutes. Look, why is there not a hole in it? Did I not do something correctly? It looks like little bread buns. Maybe it was I didn't stretch it enough or I added too much flour. And it's fine, at least I have 2 more I could make a lot better. I'm gonna make sure there's a hole here. This time around, there's a freaking hole. If not, I'm gonna be confused. It honestly looks like big onion rings. I don't think these ones are done. It's like really squishy inside. Let's try. They're good. They're really squishy like I said, but I'm not sure if that's because they're fully done or that's just because of how the cottage cheese is supposed to taste like. I think the seasoning helps it a lot. Dude, you can't even taste the cottage cheese. So these bagels turns out a lot better than my other ones. You could actually see the holes in them. My bagels are out of the air fryer. They look pretty decent. They're better than the last ones that didn't end up getting a hole. I mean, I also like stretched the dough out really thin. So this one is like okay, this one's okay, but it doesn't matter. It's all about the taste. I'm gonna rip them apart and dip them into butter. The dough, this one looks pretty cooked. Maybe because I made them a little thinner so they were easy to cook. It doesn't even taste like cottage cheese. It tastes like regular bagel. I'm gonna dip this into some strawberry cream cheese. That was a good recipe, guys. My mom's gonna try the bagel. How is it?
I like the garlic, the softness of it. I love it too.
I was thinking of doing a cottage cheese pizza. I have never had a cottage cheese pizza before, so I'm excited to see how it would taste. If the bagel tasted good, then I have faith in this one, as well as the wrap, guys. We're gonna preheat the oven real quick. 375. Let that heat up for a little moment. Cottage cheese. We have all the ingredients here. We have the bowl, the cottage cheese, all of the seasonings because we need to spice things up. Flour and 2 eggs. I thought this container would be too much. I ended up using a lot of it. Half cup of flour. We're just gonna have to go with this thing I found. I don't even know if I should use it in the oven. Shape it into a circle. And we're gonna put this in for 25 minutes. I'm gonna make the toppings for the pizza. One side is gonna be pesto, tomato, cheese, and then I'm gonna use marinara sauce and like pepperoni and cheese, like the classic pizza. On the other side, okay, I don't have a pizza cutter. We're gonna use this big fat knife. Remember to oil your tin foil first before doing it because mine is stuck to it. I'll just eat it with a fork and knife. I would say it's pretty good. You're used to like original pizza. Obviously it doesn't compare. I would say it's pretty decent for like a healthy, high protein pizza. Let me try the pesto side. I don't know which way to dig in. Maybe it would have been better if it wasn't sticking to this. Would I make it again? I'll probably make it again. I think the bagel one surprised me a little bit more. This isn't too bad though. You gotta get, it's literally you're just eating the cheese. You gotta get the crust. How is it?
Tastes like lasagna.
Because you probably just had most of the pizza sauce and the cheese. How would you rate it?
7 out of 10.
Okay, that's not bad. We're gonna make our dessert because we need 4 hours to let it cool and chill. It's chocolate cottage cheese pudding. What do we need? Cottage cheese, protein powder, cocoa powder, nut butter, oats, and milk. And then we just blend it all up, put it in the fridge for a few hours, and it comes out delicious, hopefully. So we have the scale here to make sure all the measurements are correct. 100 grams of the cottage cheese. I think this might be the whole container. Oh, that might be a little too much. 1 scoop of the protein powder. I'm using this Premier protein. 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. A teaspoon of this nut butter. 25 grams of oats. Perfect. 40 milliliters of milk. Now I'm gonna blend this up. So I just got it out of the blender. It just looks like chocolate mousse. I'm gonna pour some chocolate chips, have like that crunchy hard top for the mixture. It looks really good and it's like a good consistency. We're doing like a thin layer of chocolate. I hate dealing with chocolate. Well, the chocolate thing is not working and it's sinking to the bottom. That's like a lot of chocolate. I don't know how people did this. That will do. I'm gonna pop this in the refrigerator for 4 hours and we'll eat this later. So I did end up tasting the chocolate mousse pudding. And if you're wondering why there's no tasting video of it, I promise you guys I tasted it. Camera decided not to save it. It seems that I cannot get it back. But it just tasted like very fluffy chocolate mousse. What I would change is the chocolate portions. Girl, I put a lot of chocolate in that. Bring that down because it turned it out to be kind of a little bit sweet. It was good. Don't get me wrong. You also couldn't taste cottage cheese. If it just tastes like a dessert and you can't really taste, you know, the healthy parts of it, I think that's a win. I hope you guys go out of your comfort zone, try to cook something you can't, because there's so many recipes online or on TikTok. If I were to rank the cottage cheese recipes I made, I would do the cottage cheese bagel, and then I really like the wrap. The wrap was really good. I like the toppings I put on it. I would then do the mousse and then the pizza. If the tinfoil was not sticking to the pizza, I feel like I would have ranked it a little higher. If you guys enjoy more like cooking videos like this, eating cottage cheese for 24 hours, let me know. I definitely had a great time making it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!